knows, like, everything.
I know. You're doing so good, though. You're such a strong person. I don't know anybody else that could put up with being with their dad in this house. Everything will work out perfect for you, I promise. I know it's hard. You're such a good person. You're such a smart girl, too. You really are. You put up with a lot in this house, more than anybody else does.
It's so annoying, like, oh, this whole thing. Like, I don't care. I'll tell you what he said. He's like, oh, saying something about, like, you someone. Oh, I'm so frustrated. It's like, well, yesterday, did you make a deal with Amber? Did you make a deal with Amber? Or, no, how it started was he's, like, saying if, like, about everybody, if everyone gets HOH, who they would put up, and he's like, who would Amber put up, right? Probably Zach, and I was like, I don't know, for all I know, it could be you and Eric, and he's like, you didn't make a deal with Amber? You didn't make a deal with Amber? Like, I'm like, no, and he's all, well, I've done so much for you in this game, and I've stuck up for you, and this and that, and you can't even, like, watch my back, and all this stuff. And I'm just, oh my God, because, like, I don't do that. Like, I'm not sticking up for you in this game. I haven't done anything for you. I'm so over him. And then he turns it in from that to, like, personal, talking about how, because I don't have relationships with people in my family, because of things that my family has done to me that he doesn't even know, it's my fault. And he's like, you don't think it's a pattern because, you know, I don't talk to all these people in my family. I'm sorry that I didn't grow up, like, with a family, and I'm sorry that that's not my fault, you know?
Totally, yeah.
I'm so sick of him being here. I'm so, like, sick of being here, period. Oh.
Do you want him out of here? I'm asking you, like, as a friend, like, I mean...
Honestly, no, because strategically in the game, that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
And that's what's, like, so hard.
Yeah, I know. Having you around helps you get further in the game because you have him, even though you don't have him, and even though it's hard, it's still, like, at least you have somebody that, you know...
And it doesn't help with it, like, seriously, like, I know you know it, like, everyone else knows it, that he follows me around all the time and wants to be around me all the time. Yeah. And just like I told you before, you know, going from, like, where you don't talk to somebody by your own choice for, like, really deep reasons, you know what I mean? It's not like he says because I called you 30 times and you got annoyed that I kept calling you. No, that's not why. It's because he did horrible things to me that I would never do to my worst enemy. Like, you know, that obviously I'm not going to bring up on TV, but that he did, like, horrible things to me that I'm sorry that I'm not thick-skinned, and I'm sorry that I'm half your age, that they affect me way more than it would affect you, you know? And he just acts like everything's not a big deal and that everything's so perfect, and going from, like, that kind of stuff to seeing this person every day, all day, and wanting to be, like, you know, acting like we're best friends. Give me a break. Oh, it's just, like, too much.
I know. It's only temporary, though, Danielle. I know it's hard. I don't know, but I can only imagine, and
then he always, like, it's so annoying because he always tries to make it out like I'm being such, like, a horrible person to him. He's like, you treat me like crap in the way that you talk to me, and everyone in this house sees it, and everybody who's watching sees the way that you treat me, and this and that. And it's like, well, when you say things to me, like, calling me out on these situations of my personal life that you don't even know about, and you just... how you are, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't do anything else. I need to make a comment, or I need to just leave and ignore you. What do you want me to do? Oh.
I think it's harder. I think he just feels guilty for what he did, whatever he did to you, and he knows that he messed up, and he knows you guys' relationship is fucked up because of him, and it bothers him, and so to try to make himself feel better about it, he tries to reconcile with you and follow you around and be close to you because it makes him feel like there's, you know, he's getting closer, when in all actuality, if he just let you breathe and give you your space, you know, that would heal the situation more than, you know, him bombarding you all the time. You know, nobody likes to have someone up their ass all the time, and I think that, you know, you're his daughter, and this is the first chance he's actually gotten to be around you, and I think he's just overly excited about it and making you feel more uncomfortable because, you know, he's excited, like this is what he wants, you know what I mean? He actually gets to see you every day, and from not seeing you for 2 years, you know, I know you're 22 years old, but you're still his little girl, and you know, him and Vincent have a close relationship, and he just wants that with you, and he feels like, you know, being in this house, he can try to work on that, and, you know, I think he just needs to realize that you just need your space, you know, you just need eventually, you know, you guys can work on this when you guys get out of the house, if that's what you want to do, you know, but right now, maybe if you just tell him, Dad, look, this is, you know, I want to be there for each other in this game, you know, I want to help each other get to the final two, if that's what if that's what we can do together as a team, you know, then let's do that, but let's not bring up the personal stuff. Let's not talk about that because we need to focus on this game. And the more we bring up personal things, the more our heads are going to get clouded of what we're trying to do in this game. And, you know, put it to him like that. You know, and even if you don't plan on keeping in touch with him after this, I don't know, but at least tell him, you know, say, look, like tomorrow sometime, just pull him up here, say, look, say, I don't want to make this a big thing. Say, you know, I don't like arguing with you. I don't like feeling uncomfortable in this house. Let's make the best of this. When we get out of this house, we'll work on our relationship. You know, and even if that's not what you plan to do, Danielle, just tell him that for right now, you know, just to get him to back off a little bit on the personal stuff. Because if you don't tell him that, he's going to keep on, and what he's going to do is he's going to make you frustrated every single day, and it's going to mess up your game. And you're here for a reason, to get to the end of this game. Regardless, you know, it's not, you didn't ask for your dad to be here, just like he didn't ask for you to be here. You guys are both here for a reason. And whether or not, you know, God's purpose for you guys to be here is to work on your personal life, that's just not an option right now. There's no point in working on your personal life in this house right now because you're on TV, you're in a game, you're with all these people, you're in the same house, you're living together. You know, take you two out of this after this game and just tell him, say, Dad, you know, I love you. I'm glad that we're back together. Say, but this is a lot for you, a lot for me to take in. We're both here to play a game. Let's try to take each other to the final two. Do what we can for each other, you know, without putting ourselves, you know, out on the line, you know, and just tell him, you know, in a nice way, say, I want to work on this, say, but I don't want to work on this on national television. Say, if I want to make the best out of our relationship, I don't feel that broadcasting it public and in front of, you know, 6 other people is going to help us at all. It's just hurting us. So let's just make an agreement that we will work on this when we get out of the house. And, you know, or, you know, if in sequester, you know, if we have time, if we end up in sequester or whatever, you know, and just tell him, say, I'll look out for you the best I can, you know, as you will me, you know, say, I appreciate that you took me off the block. I really do, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Say, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I don't want to get clouded on our personal life because we have so much to work on, you know, as a father and daughter, you know, because we have so much to work on, there's no point in working. There's just no point in you guys working on it in this house. You guys are going to end up getting sidetracked and frustrated and arguing and getting in disputes and end up getting sidetracked and you guys are frustrated and then what's going to happen?